Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the YouTube family vloggers Okbaby and their recent breakup. They announced they were breaking off their engagement on January 7th and released a breakup Q&A on January 9th. The original breakup video went viral and many commentary channels and creators reacted to it. I'm of course going to suggest that you watch both videos if you haven't already, which are linked below for the full context of what I'm going to be discussing. Now, they've been criticized by their own snark communities for years about both of their behaviors, so I think I should just say this now before we get into my commentary. Two things can be true at once. Kyra and Oscar are both assholes in their own ways, so no one is really in the right in this relationship, but I do think the way Kyra has handled the breakup itself and herself online during this time has turned a lot of people against her, and justifiably so. Kyra and Oscar can both be flawed and imperfect people, but the backlash is coming down really hard on Kyra right now for her behavior. So this video is not me saying that Oscar is a perfect gem of a man and that Kyra is a heartbreaking bitch who didn't have the right to end the relationship. I'm just giving my opinions on what's being presented to me. Firstly, the We Broke Up video has obviously been talked about online as being super cringy and hard to watch. It seems like a lot of the things they discussed on camera were topics they had not discussed beforehand, so it's almost like watching them break up in real time. Oscar's mood and body language is very solemn for the most part, and you can see in his eyes that he's hurting. Meanwhile, Kyra is laughing, making jokes, and is almost jovial. The difference between them is so stark that if you watch the video with the sound muted and just watch their body language, you can see the discrepancy. It's very common for one partner to emotionally grieve a relationship before it ends, so when the breakup happens, they aren't as distraught as their partner may typically be, but I think Kyra's behavior here is very off-putting for the audience. Overall, the optics of this video were really bad, and when I watched it, I knew everyone would take Oscar's side. Here's a few highlights from the video that a lot of people found cringy, uncomfortable, and unpleasant.
I was going through it at that point. Like
to keep things as like positive.
Yeah, positive as well.
Why did you look like that?
No, I'm just thinking.
Oscar was he went to a strip club, can I say that?
Yeah, I don't care.
The night before, and then we were talking about it, and I was like, well, did you like get a lap dance or anything? And he's like, no, I feel too awkward. So Oscar went to the strip club, didn't get a lap dance, stupid, didn't Venmo me just as much money as the stripper.
Hey, I just found out I was single, okay? I wanted to feel like a baller.
He didn't even get a lap dance though, okay? So then he was talking about like sleeping with girls and how is he gonna do that? And I was trying to give him advice on like how to sleep with girls or like know when a girl wants to and all those things.
Oh my god.
Oscar and I haven't slept together in some time.
It's been like a month, yeah. Like
2 months.
Almost, yeah. It's gonna be there.
It was like the beginning of November.
Dude, that's too TMI.
What happens if I have a 5th kid though?
Well, that's your new person's problem, not mine.
Right person, wrong time.
Maybe.
What's the wrong time forever? Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
And comforting another guy because he was sad.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't even do anything.
I know.
This is comforting to Oscar.
Oh, shut the. But guys, that was early on. Don't even get me started.
But one time, Oscar was talking to Hannah, and they were helping each other through emotional things. So is that weird?
Considering where things were going, and I never was rubbed
up. Oh no, it's weird. I'm feeling weird about it all the time.
Never rubbed up on Hannah.
I never rubbed up on anybody.
Okay. Anyway, let's end.
So after everyone and their mother started hating on Kyra and rooting for Team Oscar, she had a few mini meltdowns on Instagram, and even Oscar posted an Instagram caption asking people to stop being mean to Kyra. They posted the Q&A potentially in hopes of a bit of damage control for Kyra's reputation, but it was, dare I say, even worse than the first one, just in different ways. I hold many thoughts and opinions on some of the more specific elements of the situation that have already been discussed and dissected ad nauseum by other commentators, such as Kyra cheating, her treatment of Oscar before the breakup, and her ranting about the backlash in front of her kids. I'm going to summarize 2 of my opinions on the situation as a whole in 2 parts: social tolerance and perception and boundaries. My personal theory on why this breakup happened is that it was largely due to social tolerance theory, tolerance meaning immunity to and or declining potency of small pleasures, achieved goals, and general well-being. The slow accumulation of notoriety and income to Oscar and Kyra was at first very exciting and new, but over time they became tolerant to all of the luxuries they have in life, in their relationship, and in their careers. And don't get me wrong, tolerance happens all the time to literally everyone. That new job that you were so excited for at first now becomes a routine of checking emails and meetings. But for Okbaby, the stakes of their relationship affect their content, making the highs higher and the lows lower, and making it all public increases those stakes even more. Although Kyra has said many different and sometimes conflicting reasons for the breakup, this specific section of their video confirms for me that Kyra's tolerance to the life she lives now is an instrumental component in her decision.
Not that I'm saying I want to get back together or anything, but why'd you feel a need to end it so you could go through this instead of figuring it out together?
One of my biggest things is like being alone, and I think that's truly when you do find yourself is when you're put in these like critical life situations. And I feel like you said, I've been so comfortable with you that I'm not, like, I don't know anything outside of that, and I don't feel like I've like plateaued, like I can't grow anymore as a person unless I leave this relationship, essentially.
I could make an entire video just on tolerance and internet creators because there are so many great examples, but I think you get the point. This also ties into the concept of YouTubers losing their relatability as they become more famous. Things that Kyra once enjoyed are no longer enjoyable, or at the very least are no more enjoyable than they once were, including her relationship. This will continue to escalate as she becomes more and more tolerant because she will constantly need to seek out new experiences or people to excite her. And as an everyday person without tons of money and expensive things, it's very easy to see this stagnation of personal satisfaction as selfish, greedy, or spoiled. And to some extent it is, because she has the resources to take advantage of every opportunity to better herself individually. Distorted rationale of happiness over time and inability to avoid social comparison and tolerance has led to Kyra's at best illogical and at worst self-destructive decision to sacrifice everything to find herself, which leads me to my next point. Although I haven't been there myself, I can sympathize with the feeling of not truly knowing yourself when you got pregnant in high school, dropped out, and have made being a mom your entire career and personality. I get that. And a lot of parents feel like they've been reduced to their role as a caregiver, even the ones who don't have millions of subscribers and followers watching their lives. This reduction of autonomy as an individual happens to everyday people just like it's happened to Kyra. But what I can't understand is Kyra's rationale for keeping everything exactly the same in her life except her romantic relationship with Oscar. They'll still live in the same house with their kids who they are not informing of their split, share finances, and vlog together as a family. So I think that this I need to learn to love myself and find self-love narrative, if genuine, is not being pursued in ways that would be conducive to achieving that goal. This discrepancy between Kyra's motives and actions has many viewers believing Kyra is sacrificing the well-being of herself and her family for selfish, fleeting, and unattainable enjoyment. This is going to lead to a lot of boundary shifting and instability between Oscar and Kyra, their kids, and their viewers. So much criticism of family vlogging channels centers around the blurred line between viewer and creator and the dynamic of consuming that content that one can only assume one can and does impact the other. Family vloggers are essentially producing, filming, editing, and publishing their own reality TV shows, the only difference being they have ultimate control over how and what they share with their audience. However, due to the personal and emotional nature of family vlogging channels, it's inevitable that viewers become emotionally invested in the family and develop parasocial relationships. So when Okbaby announces they've broken up, viewers sympathize with them and feel that pain alongside them. When Kyra acts flippant and joyful that she's broken up with Oscar, the viewers of course won't cheer her on because they are processing the breakup. In online culture and family vlogging channels, perception is reality, but the content creators are in control of what they produce. If Kyra didn't represent herself well, that's completely her fault. Kyra very heavily moderating herself and Oscar in the Q&A video happened because she's now hyper-aware of being perceived after her failure to understand viewer reactions to her behavior. She said that she's always been the loud one and that Oscar is very shy and introspective, and that's just their dynamic. Their relationship dynamic may be like this, but when your longtime viewers who have been watching you for years agree with the first-time viewers about Kyra's attitude, it's nonsensical for her to say, "But you guys just don't know, that's just how our relationship is." I ultimately think that this is not going to be the end of the breakup drama saga for Okbaby. I think once a true separation happens, like Oscar moving out or one of them starts dating another person, there will be a massive shift in their lives, their channel, and Oscar and Kyra themselves. So that's all I have to say about the situation. I truly wish them the best, and I hope Kyra comes to her senses and learns from this and takes some productive steps to be where she wants to be, but also where their children are thriving. I also hope they take the proper steps to inform their children and take every step they can to lessen the collateral damage.